Every towering success story, every legend we admire, well, it starts somewhere. And it's rarely with a ready-made roadmap or, in those glamorous locations we might picture.
Right. Often it begins in much quieter places, really shaped by everyday life and lessons absorbed almost by accident.
We tend to focus on the finished product, don't we? The empire built. We miss the crucial blueprint, those foundational layers, the very ground where that ambition first took root.
And that's exactly where we're starting this deep dive. We're exploring a really fascinating journey of entrepreneurship, pulling some powerful insights from Julian Kelly's book, Deeply Rooted Ambition.
Yeah, and this isn't your typical business bio, is it? It's more a look at how ambition is actually forged.
Exactly. How opportunities can hide in plain sight and how an unwavering commitment to core values can be the absolute bedrock for, well, exponential growth.
So our mission today is to unpack the key moments, those pivotal lessons, and the underlying philosophies from the early life and ventures of the character in the book, Jay.
Yeah, we want to extract those potent nuggets of knowledge, the stuff you can actually use and see how they apply no matter what path you're on.
Get ready, because we'll dig into some surprising stuff, like the business school that was actually a family corner store.
And the leap from just spotting a need to launching a thriving business called Nourish.
Then there's the messy but vital work of navigating uncertainty and growth.
And even how the very idea of entrepreneurship can become this powerful force for global impact. There are definite aha moments and I think genuinely actionable insights waiting for you here.
All right, let's unpack this. Jay's story, it really underscores that origin matters. Doesn't start on Wall Street or in Silicon Valley.
Nope. Modest neighborhood shaped by the texture of daily life right there.
And that primary classroom for his earliest ambition, the family corner store.
Exactly. The book emphasizes this wasn't like formal training. Jay spent countless hours just observing his father.
So what's he picking up? Not just how to count change.
Far from it. He's absorbing these implicit lessons in honesty, integrity, perseverance. He learned the insight, really, that business is built on listening to people, truly understanding their problems, and consistently earning their trust.
These weren't textbook lessons then?
No, deep-seated principles learned through observation, repetition, just seeing it happen day after day.
That direct, lived experience is so powerful. And the neighborhood itself sounds like it played a huge role, too.
Yeah, described as a melting pot, a crossroads of stories. That exposure to diverse perspectives, the everyday struggles and dreams of different people, that's invaluable human insight.
That informs business, doesn't it? That grounding in reality.
Absolutely. Gives you a broader understanding of human needs beyond just, the transaction. And that practical street-level education was balanced by his mother's influence.
Right, fostering curiosity through books.
Yeah.
The library became his second home.
Yeah, devouring everything from science to philosophy and, crucially, business.
Which leads us to a pivotal moment in the book, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Why that book specifically? What hit home for a young Jay?
Well, the core principle just hit him hard. The idea that thoughts aren't passive, they can actually become tangible outcomes. Success wasn't some mystical lottery win. It was the result of focused desire, unwavering faith, and relentless persistence. It fundamentally reframed his understanding of what was possible, regardless of where he started.
That must have been an incredible perspective shift. And he didn't waste time applying it, apparently, selling candy in school.
Seems simple, right? But the book highlights the deep insight he gained. The real lesson wasn't just supply and demand basics.
What was it then?
It was that visceral feeling of building something of his own, that taste of creating value, getting a direct return on his effort that was the spark.
And he brought it home too, helping his father.
Yeah.
Real responsibility.
Totally. Inventory, finances, suppliers. And the insight he gained there was the power of experimentation. He wasn't afraid to try new products, new promotions.
And seeing the store actually thrive because of his ideas.
That's concrete proof, isn't it? That his ideas could create tangible results. That feedback loop must have been addictive.
Yeah, in the best way. The book talks about his relentless hunger for knowledge, studying empire builders, Carnegie, Ford, Jobs.
He wasn't just reading success stories. He was extracting the insight that these were individuals who defied the odds. They pursued audacious visions with just uncommon determination. He was looking for the pattern, the mindset.
And that led him to actively seek out mentors.
Right, not waiting for them to appear. Local business owners, community leaders, teachers. Mr. Parker, the retired businessman, is highlighted.
What did Mr. Parker bring?
It wasn't just advice. The insight was that Parker saw Jay's inherent drive, his curiosity, and he challenged his thinking, pushed him to look at problems differently, offered that broader perspective only experience can provide. That mentorship was foundational.
So by high school graduation, all these threads, the store lessons, the neighborhood insight, the books, the experimentation, studying the titans, the mentorship, they all weave together
Into a clear vision. Build something impactful and lasting. The insight was recognizing this required mastering the fundamentals, how to grow, scale, lead, adapt.
So his next step wasn't impulsive.
No.
Post-high school, community college.
Deliberately laying a more formal foundation, business admin, finance, marketing. But crucially, still seeking mentors, still building his network, adding structure to the ambition.
And during this time, he crystallized his personal philosophy.
Yeah, the book details these core principles. Hard work and working smart effort isn't enough, needs strategy.
Okay.
Taking risks and managing them, courage balanced with prudence. Learning from others and trusting your instincts, external wisdom, internal conviction.
And the big one.
The most defining insight. Success wasn't solely about making money. It was fundamentally about making a difference. That became his true north.
That principle really guided everything that followed, didn't it?
Absolutely.
So, as you think about your own journey, are you identifying those foundational experiences? How do the values you absorbed early on shape your thinking now?
Yeah. And who are the mentors who have genuinely challenged your perspective? What are those core principles that feel non-negotiable for your ambitions?
Reflecting on those questions is powerful because all that groundwork, it leads us right into the next major phase, launching the first tangible dream.
Right, the transition from theory to practice. Community college gave structure, but the deepest learning, as the book notes, happened outside the classroom, applying it.
He felt that restless energy, that urge to dive deeper, build something substantial.
And the spark for his first business, Nourish, came from a simple walk.
He noticed a growing trend, health consciousness. But the critical insight was spotting the gap in his own community.
What was the gap?
A lack of affordable, healthy food options, especially for people short on time or resources. It wasn't abstract, it was a tangible need right there.
And what's fascinating is how he validated this, not just reports. The book highlights the insight of speaking directly with potential customers.
Boots on the ground research.
Exactly. He wanted to hear their needs, preferences, pain points firsthand. And that feedback wasn't just affirming, it was rich with detail, confirming that strong, unmet demand. That direct human connection shaped the whole model.
So that customer insight directly fed into the business plan.
Totally. The vision for Nourish was clear and targeted. Small scale initially, takeout delivery focus for convenience.
Nutritious meals, fresh, local ingredients.
Simple, versatile menu, dietary options covered. And that convenience piece was key: online ordering, fast delivery.
And the funding. No big VC money at first.
No, a truly grassroots approach, pitching to friends, family, local business owners, people who believed in him and had seen his drive over the years.
They invested based on trust.
Essentially, yeah. That early trust was his seed funding. Incredible.
Bringing Nourish to life was intensely hands-on, the book says.
Oh, yeah. Long hours, meticulous attention to detail, kitchen layout, sourcing farmers, testing recipes, finding that ideal location near the college and offices was crucial.
And the branding.
Nourish.
Simple, powerful, it encapsulated the mission. Clean logo, marketing focused on the benefits, health, convenience, community, not just the food.
Opening day.
Yeah.
That mix of excitement and anxiety.
Would people actually come? You know that feeling? Jay was doing everything: cashier, cook, manager, a total blur.
But it ran smoothly.
Apparently so. And the immediate payoff. Customers leaving with smiles and the vital insight, promises to return.
But the real test, as always, is maintaining momentum.
Exactly. The insight here is the launch is just the start. The ongoing challenge is attracting repeat customers, relentlessly refining operations.
How did they do that?
They closely monitored customer feedback in person, online, and were constantly adjusting, experimenting with menu items, promotions. That feedback loop was fundamental.
And he was already thinking beyond the first location, from day one. Sourcing even more locally, supporting sustainable farming, looking at underserved areas, partnering with schools to promote healthy eating. The mission was baked into the growth strategy.
Of course, there were reality checks. The messy truth of it all.
Absolutely. The business was demanding. Jay was stretched thin. Slow periods, supplier issues, unexpected expenses. It happens.
But his response was key.
Meeting challenges with that same determination learned early on, reframing them as opportunities to learn, grow, become better. He just refused to give up.
And that persistence paid off. Nourish gained traction, built a loyal base.
Even started getting franchising inquiries. But he was cautious. The insight was recognizing the danger of expanding too fast, diluting the brand or values. Strengthen the foundation first.
There's that scene where he's sitting alone after closing.
Yeah, realizing Nourish was more than just a business. It was a symbol of what could be achieved with vision, hard work, risk-taking. Proof he could start anywhere and create something meaningful.
So, for you listening, have you spotted a need in your community or field? What are the practical steps to turn that into a plan?
And how do you balance that careful planning with the courage needed to actually, take the leap?
That leap paid off initially, but success just brings new challenges, right?
Yeah.
As Nourish stabilized, the focus shifted.
Yeah, this is that crucial transition phase. Moving from survival to deliberately building a solid foundation for growth and scaling. Jay had to shift from doing everything himself
To defining roles,
Yeah.
empowering the team.
Exactly, like hiring Maria as kitchen manager. The insight was finding someone with both the passion for healthy cooking and the ability to manage staff, mission and skill alignment.
And he formalized his philosophy.
Yeah.
Made it concrete.
Right. Clarifying Nourish as a vehicle for positive change. He nailed down 4 core principles to guide decisions, especially as the team grew.
What were they?
First, quality, not just taste, but sourcing, preparation, delivery. The insight was quality has to be valued and executed at every level. Second, community, giving back, responsibility to community well-being. Actions like school partnerships, donating to food banks.
Third.
Sustainability, central focus, researching eco-friendly packaging, efficient equipment. And the deeper insight, working with local farmers to promote sustainable practices themselves. Connecting sourcing to environmental impact.
Making ingredients consciously grown, not just fresh.
Precisely. And fourth, innovation. Encouraging the team to think creatively, experiment, not fear failure. The insight is innovation isn't just for tech. It's essential for refining menus, delivery, marketing. It set Nourish apart.
But scaling brings challenges, like maintaining that quality and integrity across multiple locations.
Huge risk. Standard slipping is a real threat, so they developed comprehensive training.
What was the key insight there?
Training had to embed the core principles and culture, not just technical skills. Jay personally led sessions, reinforcing the vision. Regular performance reviews helped too.
And maintaining that personal customer connection, harder as you grow.
Yeah, so the insight was needing systemic ways to bridge that gap. Loyalty programs for feedback, Jay making a point to visit locations, interact with customers and employees.
Recognizing he couldn't be everywhere, he focused on building a strong leadership team.
Critical insight for sustainable growth. Identifying potential leaders like Maria, bringing in expertise like David for marketing, mentoring them, involving them in strategy. Shared ownership.
And he kept seeking external advice.
Always learning. Conferences, networking, mentors. The insight is scaling brings new complexities. You need broader perspectives. Learn from others' experiences to avoid common pitfalls.
Then the ambition grew, expanding beyond the local area.
Yeah, scaling the impact. This meant extensive market research. The insight was identifying cities where Nourish could really thrive, health-conscious places, community sense, interest in sustainability. Austin is the example given.
But it wasn't just copy-paste expansion.
No, a core insight was local adaptation, building relationships, tailoring offerings to unique local needs, visiting, meeting leaders, integrating into the local culture while staying true to the principles.
The Austin example shows that local farmers, local chef, local flavors like brisket in a quinoa bowl.
Exactly. Localization could enhance the brand, not dilute it.
Technology played a role too.
Vital. New inventory system tracking farm to table, reducing waste. That's sustainability in action. Upgraded online ordering improved the customer experience at scale.
And maintaining culture during all this expansion.
Deliberate effort. Rigorous hiring for cultural fit and skills. Training emphasizing principles. Mentorship. Creating a positive work environment was non-negotiable.
Franchising came up as a way to scale while maintaining control.
A powerful tool, yeah. The insight was developing a comprehensive program, clear guidelines, support systems for consistency. Denver was the first success, partly due to the franchisee's passion and community connection.
Then the big one, partnership with a national grocery chain.
Huge reach, spreading the message of healthy, sustainable eating through ready-to-eat meals nationwide.
Amplified impact, but also amplified challenges.
Right.
Maintaining quality at that scale.
Absolutely. Underscored the need for that strong leadership team managing sustainable growth.
Reflecting on this, Jay felt fulfilled seeing Nourish grow, but the overriding insight.
Knowing it was just the beginning and feeling confident navigating future challenges because of that solid foundation. Quality, community, sustainability, innovation.
So for you building something, what practical steps are needed now for future growth? How do you ensure values don't get diluted, but maybe even amplified?
And what role could tech play in making your potential model more efficient, sustainable, or connected? Thinking about that bedrock is key.
Building that foundation and scaling it, well, it brought those inevitable growing pains.
Yeah.
The book really dives into how Jay navigated these next.
Yeah, a major challenge during expansion was keeping the essence of Nourish's mission alive. The risk of diluting the brand, losing the personal touch, replicating the culture in new markets, it's significant.
The insight being that culture doesn't just transfer automatically.
Exactly. It has to be actively cultivated. So they doubled down on culture integration, onboarding, training, emphasizing values, mentorship.
Adapting to different markets was another hurdle. Each place is unique.
Right. The insight gained was that one-size-fits-all just wouldn't work. Flexibility and responsiveness were key.
How do they manage that?
Thorough local market research, engaging local leaders and suppliers early, surveying customers, boots on the ground understanding.
And tailoring the menu locally.
Yeah, core offerings consistent, but encouraging local flavors. The insight. This created unique experiences, supported local communities, and actually strengthened the community value.
What setbacks still happened? Locations struggling.
Of course. Costs, competition, sourcing issues. It was frustrating, led to questioning the expansion pace.
But his approach to setbacks was crucial.
Seeing them as inevitable, committing to solutions. Adopting an iterative approach was the key insight. Each struggle became a learning opportunity, refining the strategy.
So a key lesson was adaptability.
Profoundly important. Stay true to values, but be open to changing strategy, approach, even the model. Flexibility made Nourish more resilient.
And collaboration became even more important.
Revisited and deepened, partnering with like-minded businesses and organizations. The insight is collaborations tap new resources, reach new audiences, build stronger connections, especially during tough times. Farm-to-table events, school workshops.
Impact beyond just marketing. Strengthened the brand identity, created shared purpose.
Right. Managing the growing team also meant conscious delegation, trusting people. The insight. A strong leadership team isn't just skill, it's shared ownership and passion for the mission.
Transparent communication became vital.
Creating an open structure, encouraging feedback. The insight is this build an engaged, motivated workforce better equipped for change and surfaces problems faster.
Then there's that really poignant moment, Jay, at the lake, feeling burdened, questioning things despite the success.
Feeling like he drifted. It's a common founder experience, isn't it?
He runs into his old friend, Ethan.
Yeah, and Ethan's insight was truly pivotal. Simple, but profound. Perspective is everything.
Yeah.
If you're stuck, you need to change your perspective to see the path forward. We all have blind spots. Problems can be opportunities in disguise.
How do you actually do that, change perspective?
It's about looking from a completely different angle. Ethan's own story, corporate ladder to own business, showed radical adaptability driven by a perspective shift.
So the insight Jay took was embrace change, don't fight it. Adjust your approach, don't abandon goals.
Exactly. He realized he'd been so focused on obstacles, running in circles, needed to shake things up, start small, look at stuck areas, ask the team, be open to new ideas.
The meeting with his senior team after that was a turning point.
Bringing them in, sharing his struggle, asking for their insights, the shared challenge became collective energy.
And they addressed the uncertainty directly, acknowledged the team's anxiety.
Jay emphasized sustainable growth, solidifying the foundation. The insight was the importance of everyone feeling part of the process of navigating that uncertainty.
The team provided crucial insights, pace concerns, process improvements, and Rose's point about maintaining culture with new hires. Frontline feedback.
Gold. This led to concrete initiatives, reinforcing values, helping new members connect, ongoing engagement, weaving culture into daily operations.
Putting this plan into action had a real impact.
Team building, new communication tools, check-ins, celebrating successes. Uncertainty wasn't eliminated but replaced by confidence, shared purpose, stronger team, progress through collaboration.
The reflection is that uncertainty is natural, not to be feared.
Embracing it, especially with the right perspective and team, leads to new strength. The insight is having the tools and people makes navigating challenges possible.
So how do you navigate inevitable growing pains? What techniques or perspective shifts help you handle uncertainty?
And how does clear communication help your team or collaborators through change? Really worth thinking about.
Even after scaling Nourish and navigating those pains, Jay felt restless again, pushing boundaries beyond the day-to-day.
Which leads to this next chapter, blazing the road less traveled. And another key conversation with Ethan.
What was Ethan's suggestion this time?
Apply Jay's skills risk-taking, outside-the-box thinking, to something completely different. Outside traditional business, something with a broader impact.
Social entrepreneurship.
Exactly. Leveraging business principles to solve global challenges. Combining his passion for making a difference with his proven entrepreneurial skills.
He needed a cause that aligned with his values.
Education for underserved communities resonated deeply. His own love of learning, awareness of global disparities, it clicked.
So, the new venture. An educational platform, but different.
The insight was it needed to be more dynamic, accessible, using AI for personalized learning, tailoring to background style goals, wide range of courses, multiple languages.
And community integration was key from the start.
Partnering with local orgs, educators for relevant content, building in mentorship, peer support.
The excitement wasn't just business. It was the potential for real, lasting impact. Using success for something bigger.
And his team was supportive. Totally. The insight is the power of a shared mission. They were excited to be part of it too.
Laying the groundwork, research partners, developing the tech. Felt different from Nourish.
A palpable sense of purpose beyond profit. Then Ethan sends that crucial email reminder.
What was the reminder?
True impact isn't just providing resources, it's empowering others to create. Build a platform for people to take ownership. That's where real change happens. This insight reshaped the goal.
So the platform shifted towards empowerment.
Providing tools, support, encouragement, not just lessons.
And the launch was a success.
Extraordinary. Reaching communities, positive feedback, validation of the empowerment model.
But Jay still felt restless, wanted to push further.
Yeah. Then Layla's report on the platform's growth highlighted the responsibility, need for long-term sustainability.
Which sparked Jay's next big idea, the intersection.
Integrating entrepreneurial training into the educational platform, the insight. Education isn't enough. People need skills to turn learning into economic opportunity.
Courses on business development, finance, leadership. Connecting users with mentors, resources.
Turning ideas into reality. Building businesses.
Layla saw it as brilliant. Tapping untapped potential. Holistic empowerment.
Creating sustainable change from the ground up. That was the insight.
Rapid development followed. Collaborating with experts.
And the tangible impact. Users starting businesses, creating jobs. Witnessing that was incredibly rewarding.
Then Ethan calls again. The final catalyst.
How to scale even further. Add innovation and global collaboration.
Global collaboration. What's the vision?
The insight. The world's challenges and ideas are often isolated. Create a space within the platform for people worldwide to connect, collaborate, innovate.
Virtual hubs, sharing ideas, joint projects, global networks of mentors, investors, driving global change through connected knowledge.
Jay knew it was audacious, but exactly what was needed. Pushing boundaries globally, giving users access to unimaginable resources and networks.
Ethan started laying groundwork, finding interest in social impact circles.
The commitment was made. Build the global collaboration network. Massive undertaking, but driven by belief in something groundbreaking.
Building it means global partners, tech experts, infrastructure, monumental task.
But the potential realized is immense. More than collaboration, a bridge between cultures, ideas flowing freely, innovation without boundaries, the insight, harnessing collective intelligence globally for social good.
Major partners came on board, big names in innovation, tech, social impact, poised to be a force for a global change.
A feeling of immense anticipation. Challenging road, but brimming with possibility. Testing limits, pushing innovation. And the book leaves us feeling this isn't the end. The network is just part of the vision. Untapped possibilities remain.
Reflecting on this incredible journey, from a local store to connecting the world, the journey isn't over.
Challenges remain. New horizons beckon. What intersections exist in your interests or the challenges you care about that could unlock your next chapter?
What new dawn is waiting if you're willing to look and take that road less traveled?
So we followed Jay through Julian Kelly's book From Learning Fundamentals in That Family Store, Absorbing Values, Discovering Ideas Through Books and Mentors.
To building Nourish, scaling it while staying true to core values, fostering community.
Navigating challenges by shifting perspective, embracing change. And finally, embarking on social entrepreneurship, leveraging skills for global impact.
His story distills some really powerful insights, doesn't it? The non-obvious places ambition takes root, spotting opportunities right in front of you.
The necessity of building a strong team and culture rooted in purpose. And that adaptability isn't just reaction, it's a learned skill.
Ultimately, it reveals the immense potential for entrepreneurship as a force for good, way beyond local impact.
Yeah, the core message from deeply rooted ambition feels like success isn't a destination. It's a continuous journey of learning, adapting, pushing boundaries, seeking ways to make a difference.
Jay's path wasn't linear. It involved learning from mentors, embracing new ideas, taking the road less traveled repeatedly.
And his journey led him to find these powerful intersections: education, entrepreneurship, innovation, global collaboration for massive impact.
It leaves you pondering, right?
Yeah.
What are the unique intersections in your skills, passions, or the world's challenges that could unlock your next unexpected chapter?
What new dawn is waiting just beyond the horizon, maybe in a place you haven't thought to look, if you're willing to take that leap?